to get round the outside unless the guy on the inside wants to give you room. And there aren't many touring car drivers that let... Oh, someone... Oh, no.
Oh, is that Matt Neal? Is that a... It's Matt... He's got a fire! He's got a fire like Gordon Shedden had at Snetterton in practice, and the car is alight, and Matt Neal is going to be non-scoring here. He might not know it's on fire because it's on the other side.
He needs to stop that car immediately. If he doesn't get that fire put out, the car won't make the last race.
And now the smoke has come into the cabin, and Matt Neal's Silverstone weekend has got from bad to worse, and that is a massive moment in this year's championship. Let's hope that he gets out of the car quickly and safely. He does indeed, and the marshals are on the case immediately. Matt's running to try and get the extinguisher on the case, so as Tim says, to get the car back for race.
Chief mechanic and engineer, and safety cars coming out because of the smoke everywhere. In fact, Matt grabbed the extinguisher off the marshal, didn't he, and did it himself. He was so keen to get that fire out.
Goodness me, what a turnaround in 12 months Matt Neal has had, Silverstone to Silverstone, and he cannot believe it. He cannot believe it. That's now 3 non-scores this year for Matt Neal.
That's the marshal asking if he's all right. I don't think, to be honest, that's not smoke inhalation, that's depression. That's depression. That's the same look we saw from Andrew Jordan, and, well, I think the team, and as obviously his dad, concerned whether he's okay. I'm sure he is. That's just sheer anguish.
And of course, Tim, every time he looks up, he sees Jason Plato leading the race and on course for 21 points. He's going to leap ahead of Matt Neal in the championship, and he'll be right on the tail of Gordon Shedden, as now Matt, the reigning British Touring Car champion, looks up and sees what has gone wrong with the car. Well, drama indeed for Team Dynamics. Louise Goodman is with Steve Neal from the squad.
Yeah, Steve, just looking at those pictures of Matt, it's going from bad to worse, isn't it?
What can you say, really? I'm a bit disappointed in the fire marshal's reactions. It seemed too fat to climb over the wall. Matt had to put it out himself with his broken hand. That says something for them, doesn't it?
It's obviously very, very early days. You're going to have a proper look at the car to find out what happened. But is there any chance this could be a similar thing to the fire that we saw with Gordon at Snetterton?
Yeah, it could be. It looked more like an oil fire than a petrol fire. You know, the petrol fires suddenly go like Gord's did and burst into a great ball of fire, whereas that was more flames coming out the exhaust side, and probably something to do with that damn turbo again. You know.
Have you or the guys on the pit wall had a chance to speak to Matt? Because he seems a bit sort of, I don't know.
He's disconnected from the car. We can't contact him. So, yeah, he's obviously pretty down, I should think, and pretty fed up with it. And I think he looks under the bonnet and it looks a bit terminal. So.
All right. Thanks, Steve. Back to you guys.
Yeah, disaster. I just, well, it'd take a miracle to get that car fixed, I should think. But of course, he did have a turbo problem in race 1, and you can't help but wonder if they're connected in some way. But something's caught fire there in a big way. As Steve said, I don't think it's a petrol fire, because that's usually a sudden eruption, and that just built, didn't it?
Yeah, and I believe the turbo's on that side of the car, Tim, over towards the left-hand side, as it cooks away nicely on the outside of Copse Corner. There was also a problem at Knock Hill for Jason Plato, remember?
Yeah, we did. I mean, he had a series of